Always so sweet for Jay-Z. He was born Sean Corey Carter in 1969. He spent his childhood in the Marcy projects of Brooklyn. His father left him when he was 11. I'm from Marcy, son. Just thought I'd remind y'all. He was raised by his mother, Gloria Carter, who agreed to come back and give us a tour of the old neighborhood.
Is this your mom?
Yeah. Oh, hi, Bob.
How are you? Good to see you.
She retired from a clerical job a few weeks ago. She never told her colleagues she was Jay-Z's mom.
Did you ever suspect, the way some mothers do, that your son was going to be a superstar?
No. No.
She only realized how successful he was at a concert 2 years ago.
Little girls were fainting, and Jay-Z, and they were screaming, and I just stood there, and I was like, he's really a star. And of course, some of my friends was there also, and they was like, duh, hello.
How do you like his music?
Well, now, most of it I do like, but, you know, like, the profanity could, like...
You hear that, Jay?
Be a little less, but...
Shit.
But that's a reality. That's a reality. And that's the kind of society that we live in as far as these kids are concerned.
Was there any point you were really worried about him?
Yes.
So you were worried that things might go wrong?
Yeah, the elements, you know.
The elements?
Yeah.
The elements she's talking about were crack and crime. And during the 1980s, the Marcy projects were among the most dangerous places in America. Jay-Z often writes songs about his time there, including the day he shot his older brother in the shoulder for stealing his jewelry. He was 12 years old.
And here are some lyrics you wrote about your brother. You said, "Saw the devil in your eyes, high off more than weed. Confused, I just closed my young eyes and squeezed. What a sound, opened my eyes just in time to see you stumbling to the ground."
Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable talking about that on TV. It's not cool.
Okay.
You know, that's a bit over the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you were a teenager during the height of the crack epidemic. Was it a pretty rough time for you?
It's a pretty rough time for everyone. Like, especially, I mean, in that neighborhood, it was a plague in that neighborhood. It was just everywhere, in the hallways. You could smell it in the hallways.
And how did it impact you?
Back then, I would say it was like two things. Like, it was either you was doing it or you was moving it.
And you was moving it?
I was what you consider a hustler.
Drug dealer?
It's a harsh word, yeah. Yeah.
Did your mom know you were dealing crack?
No. She had a lot of trust in me. She gave me a long leash, and she let me, you know, learn on my own.
The story goes that when you got to the end of the leash and you were dealing drugs, somebody tried to kill you. Is that right, or is that...
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was shot at before.
In fact, he was shot at 3 times from just 6 feet away. Miraculously, none of the bullets hit him. It was then when Jay-Z traded in the crack game for the rap game. It was nothing new to him. He'd been rapping since he was a kid. In fact, he was the neighborhood champ. But nobody would sign him, so together with Damon Dash and some friends, Jay-Z started selling CDs out of his car. That's when he started Rockefeller Records. The rest is history.
Some people say that the success of Rockefeller comes from its hustler mentality. Would you accept that or argue with that?
Yeah, entrepreneurial, hustler, say it the way you want to say it. Just that hunger to make money and to make your situation better.
Different cultures, different words.
Just different words. Slang.
I mean the same thing.
Entrepreneur is slang for hustler, and hustler is slang for entrepreneur. It just depends on where you're at.
But just as Jay-Z was beginning to be recognized as an entrepreneur, he fell back into his old hustler ways.
Jay-Z, what do you say to your fans who may be concerned about you, Jay-Z?
In 1999, he stabbed record exec Lance Rivera at a nightclub. Police say he thought Rivera was bootlegging his music.
You know, it's one thing to get in a fight in a club when you don't have that much to lose. But what I'm trying to put together in my mind,
Right.
I mean, you are an incredible success story. You have built an empire, and you put it all at risk like that.
Yeah, I think that was a wake-up call and a calling card for me to let me know like it could just all go down the drain, like it could all be taken away from me.
And now you're confident that you're more under control than you were?
Done, ever.
It'll never happen again.
Never.
He was sentenced to 3 years of probation. Since the stabbing, Jay-Z went on to make 4 more successful albums. Rapper, businessman, hustler, Jay-Z, the son of Marcy, has seen more highs and lows in 33 years than most people see in a lifetime. Before we left, he asked his engineer, Guru, to play us one last song, to let us know how far he had come and how he did it his way.
Can you believe this shit, Guru? I'm from the hood, man. No, the real hood, not the rap hood. The real hood. Like 3 pair of pants, pair of sneakers. My mom's busting her ass. Nigga, I'm going to Japan tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? Can you believe that? That's right. It's a beautiful thing, man. I did it my way.
It's good stuff.
It makes sense. Like
It makes sense, and it's
not just hippity boppity ski bop.